Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing with that Lego?
Sir, finishing this build.
Alright, today we have 10 Halo MOCs that I've built recently. Halo is by far my favourite video game franchise of all time. The combat, the story, the characters, the music, the lore, there's just so much to love. It's basically the only reason I have an Xbox at this point. My second favourite video game franchise is Mass Effect, but I'll probably make a video about it at some point. I think my favourite Halo game would have to be either Halo 3 or Halo Reach. However, ODST definitely wins best soundtrack in my opinion. I am very excited for Halo Infinite, and I can't wait to start messing around with the grapple hook. Anyway, let's get right into the builds. The Warthog is probably the most iconic Halo vehicle, which is why it's the first build on the list. With space for a driver, passenger, and gunner, the Warthog is as versatile as it is awesome. I didn't have enough of the shade of green bricks that I wanted to build this one, so I made the Oni variant from Halo 5. I tried to include as many of the little details as I could, with the hooks at the front, the pouches at the back, and a steering wheel and dashboard. The Warthog comes in 4 variants: the Scout Warthog, the Classic Warthog, the Gauss Hog, and the Rocket Hog. The Gauss Hog is my personal favourite. A one-shot kill laser with a low cooldown isn't too OP, I don't know what you're talking about. Number 2 isn't really one build, but I wanted to count it as one because they're all so small. We have the Gravity Hammer, the SMG, the Saw, the Pistol, the Combat Knife, the Spartan Laser, the Spanker Rocket Launcher, the Chain Gun Turret, the Railgun, the Brute Shot, the Fuel Rod Cannon, the Beam Rifle, the DMR, and George's Chain Gun. I also made a flag, which can definitely be used as a weapon. Next up we have the Prophet of Regret, one of the religious leaders of the Covenant. Not too much to say about this one, but it sure is fun to punch him in Halo 2. I mean, look at that face. Number 4. Drop Pod. Ideal for insertion where aerial deployment is too difficult, the Drop Pod can seat 1 ODST and has room for 2 weapons. The pod also has an air brake that can be deployed upon entering atmosphere. Upon landing, the door is blasted off with explosive bolts. Entrance with style, and minor concussions. The Revenant only makes 1 in-game appearance in Halo Reach, but it's still a fun vehicle to use. It's basically a miniature Wraith, and it has a boost, a plasma cannon, and seats for a driver, as well as a passenger. It isn't my favourite vehicle from a gameplay standpoint, but it sure does look cool. The Mongoose is the build that took the most attempts to get to work, and I'm still not 100% happy with it. It's really hard to put detail and interesting shapes into something so small, as well as getting it to have the appearance of suspension. The Mongoose can also have grenade launchers attached, making it a gun goose. This vehicle is fast and ideal for capturing the flag or delivering the package. This Banshee is another example of me not having the right colours to accurately make the base version. Instead, I made the Temple Banshee from Halo 5. The Banshee can seat 1 pilot. Has quad lasers and a fuel rod bomb, as well as booster engines. Number 8 is the Brute Chopper, which is basically a unicycle on steroids. It has twin cannons, booster engines, and can seat 1 pilot. It also has the ability to absolutely annihilate pretty much anything that has the misfortune of being in front of it when it boosts. Needless to say, it's pretty cool. Number 9, the Shade Turret. The Shade Turret is a weird one because getting in one in multiplayer is basically a death sentence, but when it's shooting at you in the campaign, it will absolutely mess you up. I really like the ball shape of the turret, and it took a little while to figure out how to get it right. And finally, number 10 is the Scorpion tank. I spent the most time on this one for obvious reasons. It's huge compared to the other ones, but it was definitely worth it. The Scorpion has a 360-degree rotating main cannon, a hatch for the driver, a gunner seat, and 4 sets of treads. This is one thick tank. The treads do move, but they tend to slide on hard surfaces. Works great on carpet though. Not much else to say about this one other than that tank beats everything. Okay, that was all of the Halo MOCs that I've built. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know which one was your favourite. Maybe I'll do some diorama type builds using some of these models in the future. Anyway, have a nice day.